From Bailey Park here in Uniontown, it's time for high school baseball action here on the WMBS YouTube page. Brian Morozak with Carl Childs behind the camera as the Laurel Highlands Mustangs who sit at 2-10 overall, 1-8 in Section 2 4A play. Mike Smith in his first year as the head coach of the Mustangs traveled to Bailey Park in Uniontown to take on the Uniontown Red Raiders. Dennis Martin in his first year as the head coach of the Red Raiders who sit at 2-11 overall, 0-9 in conference play. Our pregame show is always being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They'll get you ready for the game. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. Our live video stream today, courtesy of South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott, Home Warehouse, and attorney Vincent T-Berry. Second game of a two-game series between these two schools. Laurel Highlands won the opener yesterday by a score of 4-0. Highlights in that game included Parker Hoff, who had a home run and a double, along with 3 RBIs for the Mustangs. Jack Johns pitched a complete game, 4-hit shutout for Laurel Highlands. Uniontown trying to get the bats going. The Red Raiders have now been shut out in 4 straight games. They were shut out in back-to-back games last week against Ringgold by scores of 6-0 and 4-0. Also were shut out 10-0 in a non-conference game against Carmichael's, and of course lost to Laurel Highlands 4-0 yesterday. The Red Raiders have been outscored 75-9 in conference games so far this season. We'll now pause for the national anthem. This game was originally scheduled for 7 o'clock tonight with some impending weather moving into the area, scheduled to hit around the early evening hours. We found out around mid-morning that the game was moved now to a 4 o'clock start here at Bailey Park. Sunny skies right now. Game time temperature around 85 degrees. It is very windy, though, with some of that weather moving into the area later on today. So they're going to get this game started right on time. Again, we're coming to you because of the time change. We were scheduled to bring you this game both on the radio and on YouTube live, but with the game getting pushed up 3 hours, coming to exclusively on the WMBS YouTube page. Laurel Highlands to bat first here in the top half of the first inning. Let's take a look at their lineup. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 18, Parker Hoff. Batting second in right field, number 3, Aiden Milsom. Batting third and playing first base, number 1, Sebi Vecchiola. In the cleanup spot and playing in center field, number 7, Noah Lyon. Batting fifth in left field, number 4, Nick Crouch. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 8, Brody Kutchman. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Cade Sencher. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 30, Andrew Gallick. And batting ninth and catching, Braylon Shoke. Defensively for Uniontown, they'll have Lane Smiley out in left, Braden Hinsey in center, and Adam Kramer in right field. Around the horn, Chandler Myers at third, Elam Martin at short, Shane Kelly playing second base, and Luke Gresh playing first. Catching is Connor Hebda, and pitching Jamison Carter, just his third appearance of the season. His number's pretty good, an 0-1 record, 6.13 ERA. Or 6 1/3 innings pitched, a 1.11 ERA, has given up just 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, struck out 6, and has not walked a batter so far this season. So Carter's numbers good in limited action. We'll see how he fares this afternoon against the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Uniontown and the home whites, maroon numbers. They're dug out here on the near side down the third baseline. Laurel Highlands, the away blues, red numbers, gray pants. They're dug out off to the far side. So we're set to go here from Bailey Park in Uniontown. Brian Morozak along with Carl Childs. Nice to have you along with us for a Tuesday afternoon of high school baseball action here on the WMBS YouTube page. Carter's first pitch to Parker Hoff misses low for ball one. Hoff, the senior shortstop today, at .257 average. 1 home run and 3 RBIs. They were all yesterday against Uniontown. We went 2 for 4 with a home run, a double, and of course those 3 RBIs. Foul tip that one to even up the count at 1-1. It's Hoff, Milsom, and Vecchiola for the Mustangs here in the top half of the first inning. Hoff attempted to go back in the batter's box. I think one of the balls was loose there behind the Uniontown catcher Connor Hebda. Now Jamison Carter back on the mound, set to go, awaiting the 1-1. Here to Parker Hoff. Carter a long look in here from the stretch. 1-1 pitch on the way, and this ball hit foul down the third base line by Hoff to take the count to 1-2. Uniontown and Laurel Highlands softball teams will play here at Bailey tomorrow. It'll be a 6 o'clock start. We'll have that game for you on the WMBS YouTube page, with Josh Scully bringing you all the action. Carl Childs will be behind the camera for that game as well. Hoff, a grounder to first. An easy play there, making it 3 unassisted, as standing on the bag there, Luke Gresh, to record the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Aiden Milsom, the sophomore right fielder, batting .200 on the season with 3 RBIs. Milsom 0 for 2 yesterday for the Mustangs against the Red Raiders. But again, his strength so far this season has been his defense, as he takes the first pitch here for a strike from Jamison Carter, and the count at 0-1. Carter's 0-1 now. Swing and a miss. And just like that, Milsom behind 0-2. Again, yesterday's Laurel Highlands conference win. Their first in almost 2 years since they knocked off Uniontown in early May of 2023. 0-2 pitch here, sent foul on the right side. Count remains 0-2. And these two schools will play their final conference series of the year next week. Laurel Highlands taking on Ringgold. They'll be at home, 4 o'clock start on Monday, on the road at Ringgold on Tuesday. 0-2 pitch here again. Just missed to move the count to 1-2. Uniontown will battle Elizabeth Forward. They'll be on the road under the lights at the brand new baseball complex for Elizabeth Forward that was just christened a week ago Friday. That'll be a 6:30 start on Monday. They're here at Bailey, 7 o'clock on Tuesdays. Milsom sends this high in the air to center field. Getting under it and making the catch, Braden Hinsey, for the second out of the inning. So the Mustangs 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the first. And that'll bring up Sevi Vecchiola. Vecchiola, the junior first baseman, batting .367. Has 3 home runs and 9 RBIs so far this season. Was 0 for 1 yesterday with a walk. Was also hit by a pitch and has a line drive here that'll find the gap between Hinsey and Lane Smiley in left center field. And Vecchiola on his way to second with a stand-up double. And Laurel Highlands with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs here in the top of the first. So good contact there from Sevi Vecchiola. Swinging at the first pitch. Now that'll bring up Noah Lyon. Lyon, the junior center fielder, batting .237. 4 RBIs so far this season, including 1 yesterday. He actually picked up an RBI with the bases loaded when he was hit by a pitch. Went 1 for 2 against the Red Raiders. Carter long looking here again to Connor Hebda. See if he's concerned at all with Vecchiola off a second. First pitch here to Lyon, and Lyon first pitch swinging, sends it into center field. Vecchiola rounding third. He'll score on the play, and it's an RBI single for Noah Lyon, driving in Sevi Vecchiola. And Laurel Highlands taking a 1-0 lead over Uniontown here in the top of the first. And now Nick Crouch coming up to bat, the 5th Mustang to hit here in the top of the first. Sophomore left fielder batting .194 with 3 RBIs. First pitch here to Crouch, breaking ball. Missing there for ball 1. Crouch just 2 plate appearances yesterday. Walked and then was picked off back in the first inning. Actually got him pulled from the game because of that pickoff. Ended up coming back and playing the later innings for the Mustangs. The count here now even at 1-1 from Jamison Carter to Nick Crouch with Brody Kutchman in the on-deck circle. 1-1 pitch here. This one nubbed, and that's going to be a fair ball. It caught Chalk down the first base line. Lyon rounding second. He's on his way to third. And the Mustangs, 3 straight hits here in the top of the first inning. Have runners on the corners for Laurel Highlands. Runner ready across with Lyon driving in Vecchiola. And Brody Kutchman now coming to the plate. Kutchman, the sophomore third baseman, batting .222 with 3 RBIs. As Carter, who retired the first 2 Mustangs, Hoff and Milsom, now getting into a little bit of trouble with the Mustangs having runners on the corners and 2 outs. Trying to put a crooked number on the scoreboard here in this top of the first inning. Carter's first pitch. Swing and a miss from Kutchman. Crouch advances down to second. No throw as the Red Raiders wanted to make sure that Lyon didn't score on the play. So now 2 in scoring position for Laurel Highlands and an 0-1 count on Brody Kutchman, who was 0 for 2 yesterday. Came into the game with a .222 average and 3 RBIs. 0-1 pitch on the way, and Kutchman a little nubber, and it'll be caught there by Shane Kelly for the third out of the innings. The Mustangs strand 2, but pick up a run here in the top half of the first inning and lead Uniontown 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Day. For attorney Melinda Delarose, helping people with compassionate counseling, candid legal advice, strong advocacy, and professional commitment is what she does best. With an office at 99 East Main Street in downtown Uniontown, attorney Delarose specializes in family law, municipal law, and general civil litigation, as well as personal injury, estate planning, probate, and more. For more information, call attorney Melinda Delarose at 724-437-3200. That's 724-437-3200 or online at delaroselaw.com. If you have a job around the house they aren't fully sure how to tackle, then it's time to call Fulham's Full Service, your best in Fayette, gold medal winner for professional maintenance and handyman service. Fully licensed and insured, owner Cody Fulham does it all. From home renovations and repairs to landscaping and auto detailing, he is ready to help you. Call Fulham's today at 724-466-4194 or follow them on Facebook to learn more about the projects and the work they could do for you. So Laurel Highlands picking up a run in the top half of the first inning. We'll move to the bottom of the first inning. We'll take a look at the Uniontown lineup. Leading off and playing first base, number 2, Luke Gresh. Batting second, the shortstop, Elam Martin. Batting third in center field, number 23, Braden Hinsey. In the cleanup spot and playing third base, number 26, Chandler Myers. Batting fifth and playing second base, number 19, Shane Kelly. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 24, Jamison Carter. Batting seventh in left field, number 16, Lane Smiley. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Adam Kramer. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, Lucas Payton. Defensively for Laurel Highlands, they'll have Nick Crouch out in left, Noah Lyon in center, and Aiden Milsom in right. Around the horn, Brody Kutchman playing third, Parker Hoff playing short, Andrew Gallick playing second, and Sevi Vecchiola playing first as the first pitch to Luke Gresh is fouled off. Braylon Shoke, the catcher, Nick Flesher pitching. His sixth appearance of the season, 0-4 record, 2.88 ERA, has worked 24 and a third innings, giving up 22 hits, 21 runs, 10 of them earned, struck out 22 and walked 13 so far this season. He misses on that pitch, a little low and outside, to even up the count at 1-1 to Luke Gresh, who enters this game with a .231 average. Gresh yesterday went 0 for 2. Did get on via an error, though, for the Red Raiders. And now Flesher's 1-1 pitch here to Gresh, high and inside. Gresh had to duck out of the way of that one. Moves the count now to 2-1. In our live video stream today, courtesy of South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott, Home Warehouse, and attorney Vincent T-Berry. 2-1 pitch here, swing and a miss from Gresh. Evens up the count now at 2-2. Now Flesher's 2-2 on the way. Fastball nub foul here on the near side from Gresh. Count remains 2-2. All dirt infield here at Bailey Park. Grass in the outfield. 2-2 now on the way. Flesher misses low there to Gresh. Count goes full at 3-2. Now Flesher a deep breath, payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three, or was it? 3-2 on the scoreboard. I thought Gresh had 2 strikes on him too, but apparently not. So now it's 3-2. Flesher's pitch. And that's a little outside for ball 4, so Gresh walks, and Uniontown with a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the first inning, down 1-0. Again, the Mustangs scoring their run in the top of the first. An RBI single from Noah Lyon driving in Sevi Vecchiola. Now Elam Martin coming to the plate. Sophomore shortstop for the Red Raiders. Throw over to first there from Flesher. Back safely is Gresh. Martin, a nice game at the plate yesterday for Uniontown. Went 2 for 3 against the Mustangs. 192 average for the season with 2 RBIs. First pitch in there for a strike from Nick Flesher as the wind continues to pick up here at Bailey Park. When we were setting up, had some issues with the wind blowing the windows shut here in the press box. Another throw over to first, head first, slide back safely there from Gresh. We saw Flesher very concerned about the runners on base when the Mustangs were on the road last Wednesday at West Mifflin. That pitch misses to Martin to even up the count at 1-1. Braden Hinsey due up next. That pitch fouled off on the right side. Takes the count now to 1-2. Certainly a smart move, I think, for Uniontown Athletic Director Harry Kaufman to move this game up today with the weather forecast for later on tonight not looking very promising. And Gresh back to the bag safely. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Runner going. Throw down to second, and they got him. It's no. Ball was dropped there by Parker Hoff. Throw would have been in time, but Hoff unable to hang on. So Martin strikes out. Gresh safe at second. So he's in scoring position. And 1 out here in the inning now with Braden Hinsey coming to the plate. Hinsey, the sophomore center fielder for Uniontown. First pitch to Braden, just foul tipped at 0-1. In fact, Uniontown without a senior in the starting lineup today. All underclassmen. Hinsey batting 160. Was 1 for 3 yesterday against Laurel Highlands. Did hit into an inning-ending double play in the first inning against Laurel Highlands, when Uniontown was threatening. Flesher, another glance back at second. 0-1 pitch here to Hinsey, misses low. Count even at 1-1. Again, we're situated in the press box here at Bailey Park down the third baseline. I have to thank Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke for getting electricity approved for the press box and Uniontown City Council. Had that done a couple of weeks ago and certainly makes our job a lot easier here at Bailey Park. That pitch fouled off by Hinsey. Takes the count now to 1-2. And a 1-0 lead for Laurel Highlands over Uniontown. As we work here in the bottom of the first inning, Luke Gresh on second. 1-2 pitch here to Braden Hinsey, and Hinsey again stays alive, fouling it off. So the count remains 1-2. Pretty good crowd on hand for this early start. Got the snack bar going. I have to thank the Uniontown baseball boosters for their support as well this season. That pitch missing to Braden Hinsey. Evens up the count at 2-2. Flesher again taking his time. 2-2 pitch on the way to Hinsey. Line drive through on the left side. And they're going to hold Luke Gresh at third. So it'll be a single to left for Hinsey. And now Uniontown with runners on the corners and 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. You have to think maybe in that situation, if there was 2 outs in the inning, they would have sent Hinsey. With only 1 out in the inning, they keep him on third. Then I'll bring Chandler Myers up, the sophomore third baseman, who's batting .250. Myers 0 for 3 yesterday against Laurel Highlands. Wind blowing right now right to left here at Bailey Park as Myers swings to the first pitch. Line drive into center field. Caught the catch made there by Noah Lyon. Quick relay coming in. And Gresh does not even attempt to come home. Yet Lyon, the Laurel Highlands football quarterback, showing off his arm there. With a strong feed coming in from center field. Saving a run for the Mustangs as Uniontown, again, looking for their first run in the last 5 games. They've been shut out in 4 straight. There's a swing and a miss from Shane Kelly, the second baseman for Uniontown. Red Raiders shut out in both games last week against Ringgold. Shut out in a non-conference game against Carmichael's. And then, of course, lost to Laurel Highlands 4-0 yesterday. 0-1 pitch here, Flesher to Kelly. Pitch low and in the dirt. Little one-hopper hops away from the catcher. And that will allow Luke Gresh to score on the play. Hinsey advances down to second. So the run scored on the pass ball. And Uniontown now ties this game up at 1. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. And the count now 1-1 from Nick Flesher to Shane Kelly. So Uniontown snaps that long shutout streak that they had against them. And another pitch getting away there from Shoke. It took a little while for Hinsey to get down to third. But he's able to advance. No throw in that direction. And a couple of balls getting past Shoke, proving costly for Laurel Highlands defensively here in the bottom of the first inning. Count now 2-1. Flesher to Kelly. Sun now behind the clouds here at Bailey Park. 2-1 pitch on the way. Kelly just nipping that one foul. Evens up the count now at 2-2. Jamison Carter due up behind Kelly in the Uniontown batting lineup. Flesher's 2-2 pitch on the way, and Kelly sends it foul again on the right side. Count remains 2-2. And Braden Hinsey on third. Another 2-2 pitch on the way here. A little low and outside. Count now full of 3-2 to Shane Kelly from Nick Flesher. 3-2 pitch again, and once again, Kelly staying alive, fouling it off. So once again, the count full at 3-2. Wind continuing to gust. Flesher's 3-2 pitch again, and that's a called strike 3 to end the inning. So Shane Kelly strikes out. Uniontown strands Hinsey down at third. They do pick up a run here in the bottom of the first inning. And this game tied at 1 after 1 here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day. Busy day, feeling unwell, don't feel like driving, but you need your prescriptions? No worries. Farmana Pharmacy delivers to your home or workplace for free. Stay comfy at home or focused at work. Farmana Pharmacy delivers Monday through Friday, so you don't have to worry about picking up your prescriptions. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Call 724-626-9600 or visit farmanapharmacy.com. Farmana Pharmacy, prescription care and convenience delivered. In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there is something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first, and they're not stopping anytime soon. Their commitment to excellence in sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit the Mike Kelly Automotive Group today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference, because when you buy from us, you buy from family. Moving down to the top of the second inning, Laurel Highlands and Uniontown now tied at 1 here at Bailey Park. The Mustangs with hitters 7, 8, and 9 due up. Cade Sencher, first pitch swinging. Sends it into center field. Caught there by Braden Hinsey for the first out of the innings. Just like that. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here in the top of the second now with Andrew Gallick coming to the plate. And Gallick had a solid afternoon at the plate yesterday. Went 2 for 3 for the Mustangs against the Red Raiders. The sophomore now batting 136 with 2 RBIs and fouls off the first pitch here from Jamison Carter. Laurel Highlands sent 6 men to the plate, scored 1 run in that top of the first. In the RBI single from Noah Lyon, driving in Sevi Vecchiola. Now the 0-1 on the way, called strike. And Gallick behind 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch. Just missed. Count moves to 1-2. Always fun when these two schools get together. Prior to last year, Laurel Highlands had an 8-game winning streak in this series. It dated back to 2017. Uniontown swept Laurel Highlands last year, but of course the Mustangs picking up the 4-0 win yesterday over Uniontown as Gallick fouls off that pitch. Count now 1-2. Jamison Carter to Andrew Gallick. Now the 1-2 pitch, and Gallick sends this high in the air to shallow right. It'll be the second baseman, Kelly, backing up and making the catch for the second out of the inning. Now Braylon Shoke will come to the plate. Shoke, the freshman catcher, 0 for 3 yesterday. Batting 135 on the season with an RBI. The Mustangs have been high on Shoke behind the dish this season. Showing a lot of hustle out there for Laurel Highlands as well. Takes the first pitch for ball 1 from Jamison Carter. Count now 2-0. As Carter misses again there to Shoke. Top of the order, and Parker Hoff due up next. And a 2-0 on the way. Called strike there on Braylon. Count now 2-1. 2 outs as we work here in the top of the second inning. Laurel Highlands and Uniontown tied at 1. 2-1 pitch on the way. High and inside. Moves the count to 3-1. Sun back out here at Bailey Park. Some puffy clouds rolling over the mountains. Now Carter's 3-1 here to Shoke. Pitch misses low and outside for ball 4. So Laurel Highlands with a base runner here in the top of the second inning. Again, the game tied at 1 with Parker Hoff now coming to the plate. Mentioned Hoff that big game yesterday, going 2 for 4, the home run, a double, and 3 RBIs. Grounded out, 3 unassisted. Back in the first inning. Hoff back in the batter's box. I think we do have a courtesy runner down there for Shoke, the catcher. Might be Jack Johns down there. We'll try to verify that. That one misses to Hoff. Count 1-0. Appears to be number 5, Jack Johns. 1-0 pitch. This ball nubbed foul on the right side. Count now even at 1-1. And Johns, the starting pitcher for Laurel Highlands yesterday, an impressive outing. Through a 4-hit shutout. Has done a nice job in the Mustang rotation when given opportunities so far this season. Count now 2-1. From Carter to Parker Hoff. And a 1-1 game. 2-1 pitch on the way, runner going, pitch missed, throw down to second and out by a country mile is Johns. And that'll end the inning. So the Mustangs come up empty in the top of the second. We'll go to the bottom of the second, game tied at 1, Uniontown and Laurel Highlands here on the C.R. Barada Group High School Sports Day. Since 1976, Davis & Davis has represented people, not insurance companies. Their lawyers have experience in litigating or settling personal injury claims, medical malpractice cases, and wrongful death actions, together with domestic, real estate, workers' compensation, and municipal law experience. Throughout decades of work, Davis & Davis has successfully represented thousands of cases in local, state, and federal courts. For more information on how Davis & Davis can help you, phone 724-437-2799. Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance that stays put until you change your car, driver, or your address, plus seriously good service. Your local Erie agent, Uniontown and Rostraver Township, is the Sprouse Insurance Group. Give them a call at 724-437-9812 or go to SprouseInsurance.com. Henry and Stewart Audiology voted best in Fayette. Hearing and audiologists with offices in Cherry Tree Lane in Uniontown, 201 North Pittsburgh Street in Connellsville, and South Market Street in Carmichael's, a proud supporter of Uniontown High School baseball. So moving now to the bottom of the second inning, Uniontown and Laurel Highlands still tied at 1. Again, our video stream graphic sponsors here today, Home Warehouse, South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott, and attorney Vincent T-Berry. I'm Brian Morozak along with Carl Chouts. Again, if you're tuning in wondering why this game is on now, again, it was originally scheduled for a 7 o'clock start tonight. Moved up 3 hours due to some impending weather moving into the area. So for Uniontown here in the second, it's hitters 6, 7, and 8, Carter, Smiley, and Kramer. Carter took the first pitch for ball 1 from Nick Flesher. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way, and this ball nubbed to second base. Gallick there, throw over to first in time. To Sevi Vecchiola to retire Carter 4-3 for the first out of this bottom of the second inning. Now bring up Lane Smiley, the sophomore left fielder for Uniontown. Smiley 0 for 2 yesterday, .087 average on the season. Does have an RBI this year for Uniontown. comes to bat here with the bases empty in a 1-1 game and 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Flesher from the stretch. First pitch here to Smiley. Missed there for ball 1. And we don't have the best vantage point of the balls and strikes situated down the third base line. Aren't too many fields that we get set up directly behind home plate. Smiley nubs that one fouled, even if the count at 1-1. Did have a pretty good view down at West Mifflin last Wednesday for that Laurel Highlands West Mifflin game. The folks down at West Mifflin treated us well. We'll be behind the home plate area as well next Tuesday for that Laurel Highlands Ringgold game. We'll have both Laurel Highlands and Uniontown on our digital platforms coming up on Tuesday. Mustangs a 4 o'clock start at Ringgold. Uniontown hosting Elizabeth Forward here for the final conference home game of the season at 7 o'clock. 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one sent foul on the right side. Count remains 1-2. And again, Monday we'll have Laurel Highlands home game against Ringgold. Nick Barchak will bring you that game with Carl behind the camera. Flesher missing there to Smiley to even up the count at 2-2. Again, join us on the WMBS YouTube page again tomorrow at 6 o'clock for the Laurel Highlands Uniontown High School softball game. Both the Mustangs and the Lady Raiders battling for a playoff spot. A lot on the line there. Josh Scully will bring you that game. Carl again behind the camera, and a swing and a miss there from Lane Smiley. That's strike 3. Third strikeout already of this game for Nick Flesher. Now has 25 strikeouts against 14 walks so far this season. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning with Adam Kramer now coming to the plate. Kramer, the sophomore right fielder, batting .071, was 0 for 2 yesterday against Laurel Highlands. Flesher here, first pitch to Kramer, taken for strike 1. Flag still blowing right to left. Wind pretty steady right now at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. A 1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and just like that, 2 strikes on the sophomore Adam Kramer. Now Flesher digging in, looking for his 4th strikeout of the afternoon. 0-2 pitch here, and Kramer stays alive, fouling it off on the right side. Count remains 0-2. Really nice to see how they've cleaned up Bailey Park. You go back just a couple of years. Remember, this field was unplayable for several years. Uniontown was actually playing some of their home games up in Farmington. Also played down at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood. Swing and a miss there from Kramer. That's strike 3. So 4 strikeouts now for Nick Flesher. This game remains tied at 1 after 2 here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day. Of course, the spring of the home improvement season is here. Planning a home improvement project with your tax refund. Home Warehouse, once again voted best in Fayette for windows and home improvements, is the place to go for all of your home exterior needs. Of course, coming up next week at Home Warehouse is the Founders Day sale with 5% off everything, excluding roofing. We'll have a live broadcast from Home Warehouse next Friday as well. TJ DeStefano will join me from 11 to 1, so join us for great prizes from WMBS, great giveaways from Home Warehouse as well. Again, a week from Friday from 11 to 1. Experience the C. Harper Auto Group difference, the best price every time, all the time. C. Harper will be any competitor's price or will pay you $1,000 cash. C. Harper offers free Carfax history reports, transparent repair orders on pre-owned vehicles, and the winner of the best new auto dealership in Westmoreland County. The C. Harper Auto Group, the best price every time, all the time. Spring forward to home construction season with First Federal of Greene County. First Federal's construction and home improvement loans put you in charge of your dream home project with all the tools you need. First Federal offers construction loans, owner-builder loans, and home improvement loans. With offices in Fayette, Greene, and Washington counties, your loan stays here. Apply online at firstfederalofgreene.com. First Federal Savings Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 458729. So tied at 1, Uniontown and Laurel Highlands. Now moving to the top half of the third inning. And the Mustangs with the top of the order up. Remember, Parker Hoff was at the plate when Jack Johns, who was the courtesy runner for Braylon Choke, was caught stealing second. So Hoff back at the plate with a clean count on him to lead off the third. Hoff, Milsom, and Vecchiola. First pitch to Hoff, first pitch swinging. High fly ball into center field, and working off to his right and making the catch there is Braden Hinsey, who's had a couple of balls in his direction so far in this game and has done a nice job out there in center field. Retires Hoff for the first out of this top half of the third, and that'll bring up Aiden Milsom. Milsom, the sophomore right fielder, batting .200 on the season with 3 RBIs, was 0 for 2 yesterday. Takes ball 1 here from Jamison Carter. And Carter's numbers have been impressive with limited innings of work. He came into this game working just 6 1/3 innings at a 1.11 ERA. Just yielded that 1 run to the Mustangs. An earned run back in the top of the first. 2-0 count here to Aiden Milsom. Another pitch missing there from Carter, taking the count to 3-0. Milsom, a .200 average, 3 RBIs. He was 0 for 2 yesterday. Again, flew out to center field back in the first inning. 3-0 pitch on the way, and that's ball 4. So Milsom aboard for the Mustangs with 1 out here in the top of the third inning, and this game tied at 1. And I'll bring up Sevi Vecchiola. Vecchiola doubled to left center field and scored a run first time up. Junior first baseman batting .367 with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. First pitch here to Vecchiola. Runner going and no throw. So Milsom down to second. First pitch missed for ball 1. 1-0 to Vecchiola. Let's say hello to our buddy Ed Walensky from Sandy Howe Notary Services on our live stream here today. 1-0 pitch. This ball ripped, glove down in the hole there by Martin. Throw over to first, wide of the bag. Good job, though, for Martin just to keep it in the infield. We'll give Vecchiola an infield single. And the Mustangs runners on the corners with 1 out. And now Noah Lyon coming to the plate. Lyon with that RBI single back in the first inning, driving in Vecchiola. As the Mustangs threatening here in the top half of the third with the game tied at 1. Again, we're mentioning our buddy Ed Walensky from Sandy Howe Notary Services. Nice enough to send us over some great barbecue burnt ends this morning. And they were delicious. Everybody around the office enjoyed them. There's first pitch swinging there for Lyon. High fly ball deep to center. Hinsey makes the catch. Relay coming in, not in time, as Milsom scores on the play. So a sac fly RBI, second RBI of the game for Noah Lyon. Driving in Aiden Milsom, and now Laurel Highlands on top by a score of 2-1. With 2 outs now. In the top of the third inning, another first pitch swinging here from Nick Crouch. Goes to third. Myers there. Throw over to first in time to Luke Gresh at first to retire Crouch 5-3. For the Mustangs, take the lead here in the top of the third. Sac fly RBI from Noah Lyon, driving in Aiden Milsom, and it's 2-1. Mustangs over the Red Raiders, moving to the bottom of the third here on the C. Operato Group High School Sports Day. For 20 years, Beagley Tree of Somerset has been providing premier land management services across the region, offering a wide array of services including vegetation control, right-of-way restoration, land clearing, building demolition, erosion and sediment control, access road installation, and more. Beagley can do it all. For more information, visit BeagleyTree.com. That's BeagleyTree.com, or call them today at 814-444-TREE. Beagley Tree Construction Support Services done right. Whether you're buying or selling a home, Jeff Dennis of RE/MAX Select Realty is your local realtor of choice. Jeff and his team are proud members of our community and have the skills, knowledge, and ability to meet your needs. Call them today at 724-933-6300, extension 903, or visit them in person at 542 Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Remember to follow Jeff Dennis' team, RE/MAX Select Realty, on Facebook today. And also have to thank Jim Burns and the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, the leaders in physical therapy. You can visit physical therapist Jim Burns on Wayland Smith Drive or give him a call at 724-437-7500. The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, relief is closer than you think. So now moving here to the bottom half of the third inning for Uniontown hitters. 9-1-2 due up. Lucas Payton, the DH, bounding for Connor Hebda today, followed by Luke Gresh and Elam Martin. Again, Uniontown, 1 run scored in the bottom of the first. Luke Gresh scoring Uniontown's only run off of a wild pitch from Flesher. Gresh scoring from third. And now Payton leading off this bottom of the third, taking strike one there from Flesher. The count at 0-1, with now the Mustangs on top of the Red Raiders by a score of 2-1. And Laurel Highlands winning yesterday by a score of 4-0. 0-1 pitch here. Low and in the dirt to even up the count at 1-1. Hard to believe the high school baseball season winding down already. Mentioned earlier the final conference series already next week in the first week in May. Now the 1-1. This ball popped foul. I was actually looking at some neighboring states. Both Ohio and West Virginia's regular seasons go about 2 weeks longer than Pennsylvania, going through the third week in May. And for a lot of these teams that kind of had slow starts, has to be frustrating to some degree just as the weather's getting nice, seeing their seasons already coming to an end. But of course, many of these players will be playing Legion ball as well throughout the summer. In fact, for both Uniontown and Laurel Highlands, a lot of these players playing against each other today might be on the same Legion team. 2-2 pitch there, swing and a miss, strike three. So down goes Lucas Payton. And for Nick Flesher, he's been impressive on the mound. Now 5 strikeouts, including 3 straight. Sent down Smiley and Kramer to end the second. Now sends down Payton to start the third. And now back to the top of the order, and Luke Gresh, who walked, stole a base, and scored the game's only run for Uniontown so far, back in the bottom of the first. First pitch here to Gresh, fouled off. The count at 0-1. Gresh batting .231 so far this season. Was 0 for 2 for Uniontown yesterday against Laurel Highlands. A 1 pitch here to Gresh. Breaking ball called strike. Count moves to 0-2. Sun still over the field here at Bailey Park. Flesher's 0-2 pitch here to Luke Gresh. Just missed low. Count moves to 1-2. But you can kind of tell right now Flesher really in the groove here for the Mustangs. Pitching very confidently at this juncture of the game. In fact, he's retired now 6 straight in this game. 1-2 pitch here to Gresh. Check swing. Did he go? The appeal over to first. First base umpire says no, he did not. And count moves to 2-2. Flesher's 2-2. This ball well hit on a line into center field, going right to Noah Lyon. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Now 2 up, 2 down. Here in the bottom of the third, with Elam Martin coming to the plate. Martin, one of Flesher's strikeout victims back in the first inning, as the wind really picking up right now. And blowing a lot of the dirt around here at Bailey Park as well. We need to hose down the field in between innings. First pitch here to Martin. Missed for ball 1. Martin, a 192 average so far this season. Sophomore shortstop. 2 for 3 yesterday against the Mustangs. 1-0 pitch to Martin. Check swing. Again, appeal over at first. First base umpire says he did not go, so the count's at 2-0. One Mustang not in the lineup today, senior Connor D'Amico. Usually sees some time in the outfield, not in the Laurel Highlands lineup. And Martin Little chopper there to the first base bag and making the play, 3 unassisted, Sevi Vecchiola for the third out of the inning. So the Red Raiders retired in order 1, 2, 3. That's now 8 straight retired by Nick Flesher, the Laurel Highlands pitcher. So we played 3 innings here at Bailey Park in Uniontown. Laurel Highlands a 2-1 lead over Uniontown here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day. For attorney Melinda Delarose, helping people with compassionate counseling, candid legal advice, strong advocacy, and professional commitment is what she does best. With an office at 99 East Main Street in downtown Uniontown, attorney Delarose specializes in family law, municipal law, and general civil litigation, as well as personal injury, estate planning, probate, and more. For more information, call attorney Melinda Delarose at 724-437-3200. That's 724-437-3200 or online at delaroselaw.com. Do you have a job around the house they aren't fully sure how to tackle? Then it's time to call Fulham's Full Service, your best in Fayette, gold medal winner for professional maintenance and handyman services. Fully licensed and insured, owner Cody Fulham does it all. From home renovations and repairs to landscaping and auto detailing, he's ready to help you. Call Fulham's today at 724-466-4194. Follow them on Facebook to learn more about the projects and the work they can do for you. That's Fulham's Full Service. Again, 2-1. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs leading the Uniontown Red Raiders. They're ready to head here to the top half of the 4th inning. And look at the Mustang lineup. They'll have hitters 6, 7, and 8 due up. Brody Kutchman, Cage Censure, and Andrew Gallick. Our broadcast today also coming your way on the South Union Township Sports Network as Kutchman steps in. We'll pass along some of those sponsors for you as well as Jamison Carter starts his 4th inning of work with a off-speed pitch there, missing to Kutchman. After the first pitch found the strike zone, so they count even at 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss there from Kutchman. Big time cut. Count moves to 1-2. And might have some bullpen activity already loosening up on the Laurel Highlands side. You have to think, if needed, Noah Lyon would be the next pitcher called upon for Laurel Highlands as that one popped up in the infield. Coming in from third and making the catch there, Chandler Myers to retire Kutchman for the first out of this top half of the 4th. Again, our broadcast also on the South Union Township Sports Network, brought to you there by Smith Lewis Chess CPAs, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes, SWGI Specialist, now U.S. Digestive Health, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, and physical therapist Jim Burns, United Bank, and South Union Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. I'm Brian Morozak with Carl Chowns behind the camera. 2-1. Laurel Highlands leads Uniontown top of the 4th. And a swing and a miss there from Cade Censure. And Censure behind. Quickly 0-2. Censure flew out to center field. First time up back in the 2nd inning. 125 average on the season. Again, he was 0 for 2 yesterday. Pitched there, missing. Count now 1-2 from Carter to Censure. 1-2 pitch, and Cage hits this one high in the air down the left field line. It will go foul. And Carl, that's why you don't park close to the field. I've seen a couple of cars hit out there and left in past years. A windshield cracked last year on a home run. So the count's still 1-2. Andrew Gallick due up behind Censure in the Mustang lineup. Now Mike Smith, Laurel Highlands head coach, a little conversation here with Censure. Again, looks back down the third base line. Now back in the batter's box. Carter's 1-2 pitch, little one-hopper in the dirt. Takes the count now to 2-2. The warmest day we've had so far this year for high school baseball. And temperatures in the mid-80s this afternoon, but the storm brewing out to our west. 2-2 pitch now on the way. Center, a little check, swing, line, drive, a one-hop in front of Adam Kramer out in right field. So Cade Center, the freshman, getting aboard for the Mustangs. They lead it 2-1 with one out here in the top of the fourth. And I'll bring up Andrew Gallick. And Gallick was 2 for 3 yesterday. Sophomore batting 136 with 2 RBIs. Popped up to the second baseman Shane Kelly, first time up in the second inning. See if the Mustangs get aggressive here with Center on the base paths. Carter looks his way. Now will throw his way as well. Center head first, slide back safely. And calls time to make sure he can get back on the bag. And a lot of dirt on the front of that jersey. And another throw over to first. Once again, Center back safely and once again calls time. And they're testing him over there at first. Just a modest lead off the first base bag. Now the first pitch to Gallick was high and inside, and maybe an intentional high and inside pitch there as they threw it back down to first, again trying to get Center off the first base bag. It was close, but Center back safely in the count 1-0. 1-0 pitch again, called strike to Andrew Gallick to even up the count at 1-1. Braylon Shoke due up behind Gallick in the Mustang batting order. 1-1 pitch. This ball hit high in the air again to left field in foul territory. Once again, Uniontown no play on it. Count now moves to 1-2. And both of these teams back in action for conference games Monday and Tuesday. Final conference series of the year. 1-2 pitch. Another one sent foul there by Gallick. Laurel Highlands to play 2 against Ringgold. Uniontown to play a pair against Elizabeth Forward. Count now 1-2. Carter to Gallick on the throw over to first. Once again, Center back safely. In high school softball tomorrow on the WMBS YouTube page, Josh Scully will bring you all the action. Uniontown and Laurel Highlands with Carl Childs behind the camera. 6 o'clock starts on the WMBS YouTube page. Hopefully the weather's good for that one. Actually have a tarp on the softball field. 1-2 pitch. Another one-hopper. Good block there from the catcher, Connor Hebda. That should be a good game tomorrow. You can either tune in on our YouTube page or come on out to Bailey Park as Laurel Highlands and Uniontown fighting for a playoff spot in high school softball. Count here 2-2. Jamison Carter to Andrew Gallick. Carter another throw over to first, and Cade Center back safely. I think Carter's done it 5 or 6 times already over to Center at first. Making sure he's back on the bag. Next pitch on the way, and Gallick fouls it off again. I think Tony and I were talking a couple of weeks ago. If you want to limit some of those throws over to first, maybe increase the number of pitches a pitcher can throw in a game, but count every one of those throws over to first as a pitch. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And 2 outs here in the inning. And for Carter, That's his first strikeout of the game. And now 2 outs. Here in this top of the 4th. With Braylon Shoke now coming to the plate. Shoke walked first time up back in the 2nd inning. But the courtesy runner for the Laurel Highlands catcher, Jack Johns, was caught stealing second. And that ended the 2nd inning. Shoke first pitch swinging here. Grounder one, hopper in the hole. Martin, long throw over to first. It was wide of the bag. That was another tough play for Martin in the hole over at short. We'll give Shoke an infield single. And the Mustangs now runners on first and second with 2 outs as Laurel Highlands leads 2-1 as we work here in the top of the 4th inning. And the Mustangs back with the top of the order up in Parker Hoff. Once again, Johns will run for Shoke. Shouldn't get caught stealing here with a base runner in front of him on the bags. And Cade Sencher. The Mustangs might get aggressive, though, if you get a pass ball. Getting past Connor Hebda. First pitch here to Parker Hoff. Misses for ball 1. Another good block there from Hebda. Hoff 0 for 2 today. Grounded out in the 1st. Flew out in the 3rd. Mustangs coming through the order now for a 3rd time in this game. But Hoff 2 for 4 yesterday with a homer, a double, and 3 RBIs. 1-0 pitch here to Hoff. That missed as well as the count moves to 2-0. A big opportunity here for Hoff and the Mustangs to increase this lead. Another one low there to Parker Hoff. Count at 3-0. A walk would load the bases with Aiden Milsom due up next. Jamison Carter from the stretch. 3-0 pitch here to Parker Hoff. He was taking all the way. Pitch called a strike to move the count to 3-1. Yeah, we saw a situation yesterday. Aiden Milsom had a 3-0 count on him and swung at a 3-0 pitch and flew out to left field and was taken out of the lineup. We can only assume that's why it was taken out. Swinging at a 3-0 pitch. We asked Laurel Highlands head coach Mike Smith, and he said he made changes just to make changes. But talking to Jason Taylor, who was up in the booth with me yesterday, that was our assumption. As Hoff walks off the 3-1 to lit up the bases here for the Mustangs. Now Aiden Milsom coming to the plate, and let's see if we're going to get a pitching change here for Uniontown. Red Raiders coached this year by Dennis Martin, Cole Shear, and Hunter Smiley. 2 assistant coaches. They're going to keep Carter on the mound for now. And 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Laurel Highlands up a run. Could really extend it in this game here if Milsom can tag one into the outfield. Mustangs will be running on contact. First pitch here to Aiden Milsom. Swing at him as strike 1. And counted 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Called strike. Evens up the count now at 1-1 from Carter to Milsom. And a 1-1 breaking ball sent foul again by Milsom. A strikeout here from Carter would be huge to get out of the inning here on the Uniontown side. See what transpires. An 0-2 count now on Aiden Milsom. Carter's pitch, fastball. Milsom hits it on the ground. Right back to Carter. Throw over to first. So Luke Grimm to retire Milsom. 1-3 to end the inning. So Laurel Highlands strands 3 and leaves the bases loaded here in the top half of the 4th. Mustangs still up 2-1 over the Red Raiders, who head to the bottom of the 4th, halfway home here on the C.R. Barada Group High School Sports Day. At Farmana Pharmacy, you're more than just a prescription. You're part of a pharmacy that is focused on your health. That's why Farmana Pharmacy focuses on just prescriptions. Pharmacists Jim Capuzzi and Cheryl Goodwin take the time to listen, answer your questions, and guide you to better health. To sign up as a patient, visit farmanapharmacy.com or phone 724-626-9600. Farmana Pharmacy, where prescription care comes first. In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first, and they're not stopping anytime soon. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference, because when you buy from us, you buy from family. So we're noticing a couple of defensive changes here for the Mustangs, including Noah Lyon over at third. For Uniontown, you have Braden Hinsey leading off the bottom half of the fourth and took ball one from Nick Flesher. So Lyon now in for Kutchman at third. I'm going to assume that's Connor D'Amico probably out in center field as Hinsey swings and misses at the 1-1. And trying to pick up the Mustang center fielder right now. 1-1 here to Hinsey. Pitch missed to take the count to 2-1. You still have Hoff at short, Gallick at second, and Vecchiola at first. So no other infield changes for Laurel Highlands. With Flesher still on the mound and Schoch catching. 1-2 pitch. A little inside there to Hinsey. Count now even at 2-2. Now Flesher's 2-2 here to Braden. Braden chopping it foul on the right side. And a 2-2 count now. Nick Flesher to Braden Hinsey, who singled last time up and stole a base. Came into the game with a 160 average. 1 for 3 yesterday. 2-2 pitch here, and Hinsey digging that one out of the dirt and sending it into center field. So Braden Hinsey, a second hit of the afternoon, represents the game-tying run and giving Uniontown a base runner with the Red Raiders down 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Now with Chandler Myers coming to the plate. Myers flew out to center field first time up. So Myers stands in. Flesher throw over to first. Hinsey back safely. Hinsey had only about a step lead off the first base bag. Flesher again trying to get him leaning the other way. Hinsey back on the base. Pitch in there to Myers. Didn't miss by much. The ball one. As we pass 5 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon. That one high and inside to Myers. Takes the count now to 2-0. Hear the church bells in the distance at the top of the hour. Flesher again glancing over at first. 2-0 pitch here. Again high and inside to Myers. The count at 3-0. And again, we saw the Mustangs with a little bullpen activity in between innings, even though Flesher has pitched well so far this afternoon. And nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. And you have Hinsey over at first, and Myers with a 3-0 count and a 3-0 pitch is low for ball 4. So Myers walks on 4 pitches to give Uniontown 2 on and nobody out, with Shane Kelly coming to the plate. Kelly struck out looking first time up. Now Mike Smith coming out of the dugout here for the Mustangs to bring the whole infield in for a little meeting. I'll let you know the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff, residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. You can schedule by direct access, 724-437-7500. So the infield meeting over here for Laurel Highlands. They'll have to buckle up defensively. I'm hearing a lot of rain actually northwest of Uniontown. Josh Kryzik telling me to buckle up, baby, for the rain. And now off a second, they got Hinsey in a rundown. Flesher coming his way. Flesher throw back to second. Parker Hoff makes the tag, and Hinsey picked off. And that is tough for Uniontown. You had nobody out. And runners on first and second, gaining some momentum, and then Hinsey gets picked off the second base back. Wow. And Dennis Martin, the Uniontown head coach, can't believe it. Hands on his head down the third base line. Can't have that happen. Shane Kelly at the plate. And a 1-0 count on Kelly. Flesher glanced back over at second. 1-0 pitch misses low. Myers not much of a threat to steal over at first. But this inning changed around in a hurry. And Flesher missing the plate and the ball hopping away from Braylon Shook. That does allow Myers to get down to second base. So Myers now in scoring position. They count 3-0 now to Shane Kelly as it appears Flesher wearing down a bit. Again, walked Myers on 4 pitches. Now a 3-0 count here to Kelly. So his last 7 pitches have all been balls. 3-0 pitch on the way. Need a strike here, and he gets it with Kelly taken all the way. The count now 3-1. Now a 3-1 pitch, Flesher to Kelly. Called strike right at the knees. Kelly thought it might have been ball 4. So Flesher doing a good job to work his way back into the count. It's now full 3-2. Kelly back in the batter's box. 3-2 pitch on the way, and that's high and inside for ball 4. So now back-to-back walks issued by Nick Flesher. See how long Mike Smith and the Laurel Highlands coaching staff stays with Nick. You've had 3 straight Red Raiders reach base safely, and only Hinsey getting picked off of second. And that's going to be it looks like. Mike Smith coming out. Laurel Highlands up 2-1. And Flesher's going to give the ball up here, and it'll be Noah Lyon on to pitch for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. So Lyon on for Flesher. The Mustangs still have Nick Crouch out in left. And Flesher, who was pitching, now is going to play third where Lyon was at. He'll take some reps. And we'll get you some of the numbers here on Noah Lyon for the season in just a moment. And Laurel Highlands still hanging on to a 2-1 lead, 1 out. As we work here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Brian Morozak along with Carl Childs. High school baseball here on the WMBS YouTube page. Rivalry game between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. So for Noah Lyon, who last saw action on the mound in relief of Flesher against West Mifflin on the road last Wednesday. Entering this game with an 0-2 record, 4.27 ERA. This is fifth. Check that. This will be his 6th appearance. Has worked 19 2/3 innings, given up 32 hits, 28 runs. Only 12 of the 28 have been earned. Has struck out 13, walked 6. so far this season, facing 105 opposing batters. And Lyon will open up here against the Uniontown pitcher, Jamison Carter, who's still in the game as the starting pitcher for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Since 1976, Davis has represented people, not insurance companies. Their lawyers have experience in litigating or settling personal injury claims, medical malpractice cases, and wrongful death actions, together with domestic real estate, workers' compensation, and municipal law experience. Throughout decades of work, Davis has successfully represented thousands of cases in local, state, and federal courts. For more information on how Davis can help you, phone 724-437-2799. So Noah Lyon, he's done warming up. Uniontown runners on first and second, down 2-1. Bottom of the fourth inning. And Jamison Carter, who came into this game with a .222 average at the plate, infield in here at third at least from Flesher. First pitch misses low here to Carter, 1-0. Carter grounded out 4-3 in his only plate appearance of the game back in the second inning. Did not play in the Uniontown Laurel Highlands game yesterday. 1-0 pitch on the way, and a little nubber there from Carter down the third base line. No play on it there from Lyon, and everybody's safe. So Carter gets on. The nubber successful. And the bases loaded now for Uniontown. You've had 2 hits, 2 walks here in the inning for the Red Raiders. Still haven't scored a run after Hinsey got picked off. So 1 out here in the inning, but Uniontown certainly threatening. With Lane Smiley now coming to the plate. Smiley trying to get his bat going. Struck out swinging back in the second inning against Flesher. Came into the game with an .087 average. An opportunity to turn things around quickly here for Uniontown. Flesher now playing third. After starting this game for Laurel Highlands, Lyon now on the mound, the righty pitcher against the lefty batter, Lane Smiley. Our buddy Cricket below us, always a big fan of local high school sports. And the first pitch taken for a strike from Lane Smiley. Saw Cricket down a lot of the Geibel basketball games this year. Both the Geibel programs with nice seasons. And Smiley popping this one up down the first base line, going foul. Mustangs no play on it defensively. Count now 0-2. And 1 out here in the inning. Mustangs up a run, trying to hang on. After Laurel Highlands shut out Uniontown yesterday 4-0 over at Landman Field. 0-2 pitch on the way. Check swing. It was close whether Smiley went all the way around. They're going to appeal to the base umpire, says no. And wow, it was close. I thought he might have went. So Uniontown getting a little reprieve here. Count at 1-2. Lyon to Smiley. Pitch on the way, and that one misses low. Now the count at 2-2. Lions 2-2 pitch to Smiley at a one-hopper. Good block there from Braylon Shoke. Count now full of 3-2, and of course nowhere to put Smiley right now. With the bases loaded, we saw Lyon batting yesterday pick up an RBI walk, walking with the bases loaded. Now try not to issue one. Here to Lane Smiley. He had a strike here. 3-2 pitch on the way. Fastball swing and a miss. Strike 3. Big strikeout for Noah Lyon. His first coming on in relief of Nick Flesher. And now 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the fourth with Adam Kramer now at the plate. Lions' first pitch to Kramer called strike. Counted 0-1. Mustangs lead at 2-1, but Uniontown certainly knocking at the door. 0-1 pitch fouled off there by Adam Kramer. And count now 0-2. Line again from the stretch. 0-2 pitch to Kramer. Another check swing. I'm going to say called strike 3. They make the tag out just to be sure. And Kramer strikes out. So credit Noah Lyon. Came on in relief in a tough spot. Able to strike out Smiley and Kramer to end the inning. And Uniontown leaves the bases loaded here in the bottom half of the fourth. So Laurel Highlands still up 2-1 over Uniontown. We've played 4 here on the CR Parado Group High School Sports Day. Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens. Even to the best of us, at least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. It stays put until you change your car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now, that's something to smile about. Your local Erie agent, Uniontown and Ross Draver Township, is the Sprouse Insurance Group. Give them a call at 724-437-9812 or go to Sprouseinsurance.com. Henry and Stewart Audiology voted best in Fayette Hearing Center and Audiologists. A proud supporter of Uniontown High School baseball. Offices at Cherry Tree Lane in Uniontown, 201 North Pittsburgh Street in Connellsville and South Market Street in Connellsville. Of course, the spring of the home improvement season is here. For planning a home improvement project with your tax refund, Home Warehouse is the place to go. Again, voted best in Fayette for windows and home improvements. Place for all of your exterior needs. It's shot Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, Saturday, 8 to noon, closed Sundays and holidays. Again, we'll be at Home Warehouse a week from Friday, though the Founders Day sale going on all next week. Live WMBS broadcast a week from Friday. From 11 to 1, TJ DeStefano will join me over there at Home Warehouse. We'll have plenty of WMBS prizes. Win some great prizes from Home Warehouse as well. So moving out of the top half of the fifth, Sevi Vecchiola taking ball 1 from Jamison Carter, who got the start and still on the hill for the Uniontown Red Raiders. 1-0 pitch here to Vecchiola, called strike to even up the count at 1-1. You can certainly see the darkening skies here at Bailey Park as well this afternoon. I think we're still about an hour or so away from some of the showers hitting here as Vecchiola with a line drive and a little one-hopper in front of the center fielder Braden Hinsey. And a good way to start the inning for Laurel Highlands. And now Vecchiola 3 for 3 today. Had the double to left center field in the first, infield single in the third, now a single here in the fifth. Now we'll bring up Noah Lyon. Lyon 2 productive at-bats. RBI single back in the first, sac fly RBI in the third. Mustangs getting a lot of production from the meat of their order this afternoon. Leading 2-1, looking for a little insurance here in the top half of the fifth. Lyon took the first pitch for ball 1. Carter now a long look in. Throw over to first, head first slide back safely there from Vecchiola. Laurel Highlands trying to end the season on a little bit of a high note. Win yesterday over Uniontown. Again, they'll have a series against Ringgold next week playing for Pride. And that ball fouled off and actually went off of Nick Crouch, who was in the on-deck circle. And Crouch seems all right. He's still swinging the bat. That's kind of a dangerous spot to warm up. Where Crouch is at in front of the dugout. You get anything fouled off the end of the bat there, can catch him as that last one did. Count now 1-1. Breaking ball into Lyon, taken high and inside. Count now 2-1. And Crouch still rubbing his right shoulder a little bit after he got hit there. And Lyon with a rip and a one-hopper to right field. Quick relay coming in as you had Kramer playing in shallow right was actually trying to get the lead runner there, Vecchiola. The throw went wide and back-to-back singles for Laurel Highlands to start this bottom half of the fifth inning from Vecchiola and Lyon. Now Nick Crouch coming to the plate. Crouch 1 for 2 today. Singled and stole a base back in the first, grounded out 5-3 in the third. Coming to the plate here with 2 on and nobody out, and his team up 2-1. Jamison Carter glanced back at second. Crouch showing bunt, lays it down. It goes foul down the first base line. Of course, those balls won't die here on the all dirt infield as they might over at Landman Field with that grass infield on some of those bunt attempts. Next pitch on the way, missing there to Crouch. As we mentioned earlier, certainly a good move to move this game up 3 hours from its normal scheduled start time of 7 o'clock to 4 o'clock. With rain expected to hit the area later on tonight. Again, Crouch showing bunt, a good bunt laid down the third base line, and everybody's going to be safe. There'll be an infield bunt single from Nick Crouch. Tough to lay down any time, and certainly get the ball to die on this all dirt infield. Crouch now loading up the bases with nobody out. And now you have Connor D'Amico. So we guessed earlier that was D'Amico in center field, and it is, as he bats in the spot that was occupied by Brody Kutchman at the start of this game. But Kutchman rotated out of the game after Lyon moved to third, now is pitching, and they put Flesher over at third, and now D'Amico out in center field. D'Amico took the first pitch for ball 1. Now the 1-0 to Connor. This one chopped, going to third. They'll go home. Will they get the force out in time? They do. Another bang-bang play, and it'll go a fielder's choice 5-2. For the first down of the inning, and this game remains 2-1 Laurel Highlands. And that was about as close as you can get down at home. That's the first down of the inning. Now Cade Sencher coming to the plates. Sencher 1 for 2 today. Single to right field last time up. Flew out to center back in the second inning. Takes the first pitch here for strike 1 from Jamison Carter. Again, we're working in the top of the fifth. Laurel Highlands bases loaded, leading 2-1 with 1 out. Sencher showing bunt, lays it down, it goes foul. Count now 0-2. And Sencher's going to have to swing the bat here in this situation. Carter trying to get out of the inning like Noah Lyon did in the bottom half of the fourth. And Sencher with a line drive there will drop in front of the right fielder Adam Kramer as a little bobble. Now the relay comes in, and the Mustangs will plate 2 runs as both Lyon and Crouch score on the play for Laurel Highlands. So a 2 RBI single to right for Cade Sencher. Those are his first 2 RBIs of the season. Connor D'Amico now down at third. Sencher on first. And the Laurel Highlands lead now extended to 4-1 with Andrew Gallick coming to the plate. Gallick 0 for 2 so far this afternoon, was 2 for 3 yesterday. Swings the first pitch here with a line drive to center. Charging and getting there is Hinsey. And they'll they try to turn the double play, throwing it back to first. Nobody was covering the bag. And you had Sencher get back on the bag. D'Amico scored from third to increase the Laurel Highlands lead to 5-1. So you had the quick relay coming in there from Hinsey. Was trying to turn the double play. You had D'Amico all the way down at second. Now check that. You had Sencher all the way down at second. Threw it back into first, but nobody was on the bag, and then that allowed D'Amico to score from third. And the lead now at 5-1. And first pitch swinging again here for the Mustangs. Braylon Shoke, and that one gets past Adam Kramer. Goes all the way back to the wall. Scoring on the play is Sencher. And Shoke going down to third, and he'll be out at third. He'll still drive in another run for Laurel Highlands. So a wild top half of the fifth inning has the Mustangs played 4 runs. And Laurel Highlands now leads Uniontown 6-1 here on the C. Operato Group High School Sports Day. You can spring forward a home construction season with First Federal of Greene County. First Federal's construction and improvement loans put you in charge of your dream home project with all the tools you need. First Federal offers construction loans, owner-builder loans, and home improvement loans. You can apply online at firstfederalofgreene.com. First Federal Savings Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729. For 20 years, Beagley Tree of Somerset has been providing premier land management services across the region, offering a wide array of services including vegetation control, right-of-way restoration, land clearing, building demolition, erosion and sediment control, access road installation, and more. Beagley Tree can do it all. For more information, visit BeagleyTree.com. That's BeagleyTree.com or phone 814-444-TREE, 814-444-TREE. Beagley Tree, construction support services done right. So moving now to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Scoreboard says sixth. We aren't there yet. Uniontown still has to bat here in the bottom half of the fifth, where Laurel Highlands leads at 6-1. It'll be hitters 9, 1, and 2 due up for Uniontown. Lucas Payton, Luke Gresh, and Elam Martin. Noah Lyon on in relief of Nick Flesher. Got the Mustangs out of a jam in the bottom half of the fourth, with the bases loaded and 1 out. Struck out Lane Smiley and Adam Kramer to end the inning. They got the inning now correct on the scoreboard. Yes, we're in the bottom of the fifth. And Lucas Payton to lead things off. He struck out facing Nick Flesher, first time up in the third inning. First pitch here to Payton. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And line another pitcher, and he gets into the groove of things. Look out. 0-1 here to Payton. High and inside. Count now even at 1-1. Pirates scheduled to play at 6:40 tonight as well at home. See if the weather impacts that game down at PNC Park. 1-1 pitch on the way, and this one nubbed down the first baseline. Vecchiola to make the play, 3 unassisted for the first down of the inning. Of course, you can hear that Pirates game tonight on the radio side on WMBS. 6:40 start, weather permitting. Now 1 away here in the bottom half of the fifth with Luke Gresh coming to the plate. Gresh walked and scored a run back in the first. Flew out to center field in the third, so he's 1 for 2 today. Came into the game with a .231 average. Takes the first pitch here low from Noah Lyon for ball 1. And the sun behind the clouds right now. A 1-0 pitch on the way to Gresh. Called strike to even up the count at 1-1. Skies aren't super threatening as of yet. But you certainly, I think, you're going to see some precipitation at some point tonight. That pitch a little inside there to Gresh. Count now moves to 2-1. The line certainly looking comfortable. 2-1 pitch, and Gresh, the chopper here to short. Hoff is there. Throw over to first in time to Vecchiola. to retire Gresh 6-3 for the second out of the inning. I'll bring up Elam Martin. Martin 0 for 2 today, was 2 for 3 yesterday. Came into the game with a 192 average. Sophomore shortstop for Uniontown. Righty versus righty matchup here. Now time called. And you kind of get a sense after the sun disappeared that you saw a little more urgency on both sides. Again, Laurel Highlands leading 6-1. Big top half of the fifth, plating 4 runs to pull away in this game. First pitch swinging here, another one going in Hoff's direction. Throw over to first in time to Vecchiola again to retire Martin 6-3. So 1-2-3. Bottom half of the fifth. We'll move to the top of the sixth. Still 6-1. Laurel Highlands over Uniontown here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day. Whether you're buying or selling a home, Jeff Dennis of RE/MAX Select Realty is your local realtor of choice. Jeff and his team are proud members of our community and have the skills, knowledge, and ability to meet your needs. Call them today at 724-933-6300, extension 903, or visit them in person at 542 Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Remember to follow Jeff Dennis' team, RE/MAX Select Realty, on Facebook today. For attorney Melinda Delarose, helping people with compassionate counseling, candid legal advice, strong advocacy, and professional commitment is what she does best. With an office at 99 East Main Street in downtown Uniontown, attorney Delarose specializes in family law, municipal law, and general civil litigation, as well as personal injury, estate planning, probate, and more. For more information, call attorney Melinda Delarose at 724-437-3200. That's 724-437-3200, or online at delaroselaw.com. New pitcher for Uniontown, as the Red Raiders go to their bullpen. And that'll be Myers coming on. Chandler Myers, number 26, to pitch. Myers was playing third base. Myers on in relief of Jamison Carter. Myers so far this season, 4 appearances, an 11.45 ERA. He's worked 7 1/3 innings, giving up 10 hits, 12 runs, all of them earned. Struck out 9 and walked 6, facing 38 batters. Caleb Bartok is the new third baseman for Uniontown. Myers was playing third. And appears to be the only change on the Uniontown side. Jamison Carter now out of the game for Uniontown. And it is getting dark here at Bailey Park. We're now, though, in the top of the sixth. Laurel Highlands up 5 runs at 6-1. They played at 4 in the top half of the fifth. Parker Hoff will lead things off, coming to the plate for the 4th time in this game. Lead off the top of the 6th. First pitch here to Hoff, called strike. And the count at 0-1. Hoff grounded out back in the first, flew out in the third, and walked in the fourth. And had a home run, a double, and drove in 3 yesterday. Steps out of the way of that pitch. Count now even at 1-1. I mean, the other thing you got to watch here today, not only the rain, but if they hear some thunder or see some lightning, go into a suspended game situation as well. A little one-hopper there from Myers. Takes the count now to 2-1. You can get a big inning on the Laurel Highlands side here as well in the 6th, and played 5 runs and make it 11-1. Uniontown would still have an opportunity to bat in the bottom half of the 6th, but the 10-run rule could also ended after 6. And Hoff, first pitch swinging here. High fly ball into right. Adam Kramer gets under it, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Now bring up Aiden Milsom. Milsom flew out back in the first, walked, stole a base, and scored a run in the third and grounded out in the fourth. Was 0 for 2 yesterday. Comes to bat here with one out in the top of the sixth. Base is empty and his team up 5. Myers' first pitch to Milsom. Breaking ball low for ball 1. And if you would have a suspended game situation with this being a regular season conference game, they'd have to finish all 7 innings. They don't have a situation like the pro game where if you've played 5, it's official if you have rain that comes. The only good news is it's not like these schools have to travel that far to play one and have this literally in each other's backyards. We want to make up this game. Hopefully we don't get to that. Count now even to Aiden Milsom at 1-1. And one out top of the sixth. Mustangs up 5. Myers 1-1 pitch here, low and in the dirt. Actually, correction, it's 2-2. Myers to Milsom. Now the 2-2 on the way, and Milsom with a rip going right to second base. Shane Kelly makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And I bring up Sevi Vecchiola, who's 3 for 3 today. Vecchiola doubled to left center field, scored a run in the first, infield single in the third, singled in the fifth. It's been productive in every at-bat. 2 outs now on the top of the sixth. First pitch here to Sevi. Missed for ball 1. Kind of getting to the point where you kind of smell the rain out there, and it hasn't started yet here at Bailey Park. 1-0 pitch to Vecchiola. Missed as well. Count 2-0. And Uniontown will still have 6 outs to work with at the plate. They'll have Hinsey, Myers, and Kelly due up in the home half of the sixth. 2-0 pitch here to Vecchiola. High fly ball deep to left center field. Look out here, and that ball over the wall and gone. And cleared it by about 40 feet. No doubt about that one. Sevi Vecchiola's 4th home run of the season. Solo shot to left center field to increase the Laurel Highlands lead to 7-1. What a rip from Sevi. And now Noah Lyon coming to the plate. Between Lyon and Vecchiola, they've had productive at-bats all afternoon. Lyon RBI single in the first, sac fly RBI in the third, single in the fifth. Comes to bat here in the sixth. With the bases empty and his team up 6. He'll swing at the first pitch, pop it up deep infield. It'll be the second baseman, Kelly, that makes the catch for the third out of the inning. But the Mustangs tack another insurance run on. They lead by 6, 7-1, moving to the bottom of the sixth here in the C.R. Barada Group High School Sports Day. Do you have a job around the house that you aren't fully sure how to tackle? Then it's time to call Fulham's Full Service, your best in Fayette, gold medal winner for professional maintenance and handyman services. Fully licensed and insured, owner Cody Fulham does it all. From home renovations and repairs to landscaping and auto detailing, he is ready to help you. Call Fulham's today at 724-466-4194. Follow them on Facebook to learn more about the projects and the work they can do for you. Busy day, feeling unwell, don't feel like driving, but you need your prescriptions? No worries. Farmanda Pharmacy delivers to your home or workplace for free. Stay comfy at home or focused at work. Farmanda Pharmacy delivers Monday through Friday, so you don't have to worry about picking up your prescriptions. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Call 724-626-9600 or visit farmandapharmacy.com. Farmanda Pharmacy, prescription care and convenience delivered. So moving down to the bottom of the sixth, let's take a look at the radar and see where the leading edge of the rain is at right now. I pull it up. Of course, you get all the alerts with the severe thunderstorm watches around the area. And the leading edge of the rain in Centerville right now. So probably about 15 miles away and moving our way. And according to the radar, the rain's going to hit here in about 15 minutes. Uniontown here in the bottom of the sixth. Well, hitters 3, 4, and 5 due up. Hinsey, Myers, and Kelly. I think they had a loose ball, something on the field. Trying to get cleaned up. I think right now you just want to throw some strikes if you're Noah Lyon. If I'm Mike Smith, I'm telling him, hey, rain's on the way. You got about 15 minutes left. Let's play some baseball as Hinsey fouls off the first pitch here from Noah Lyon. And Carl and I might have a quick cleanup here, too, with the rain coming. Count 0-1. Lions 0-1 pitch here to Hinsey. Hinsey fouls it off. Count now at 0-2. I mean, you're up 6. And, of course, if you had a suspended game, you'd still have the same score. It's not like you'd start over at 0-0, but still kind of makes you feel better about things getting it done tonight instead of having to worry about coming back. So the wind picks up again as Hinsey fouls that one off. Actually sends a couple of sprinkles right now. But the heavy stuff about 15 or 20 minutes out. 0-2 pitch now to Hinsey. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And 1 away here in the bottom half of the 6th. For Lyon, his 3rd strikeout since he's came on in relief. Issued just the 1 hit, the infield single to Jamison Carter, the first batter he faced coming in the 4th. And he's mowing them down right now. Now Chandler Myers at the plate. Myers 0 for 1, also walked. Takes the first pitch here for strike 1. I think the plate umpire trying to move this game around as well. Pitch looked a little high and inside from our perspective. Now the 0-1 here to Myers. Called strike, 0-2. And if Lyon's throwing him anywhere close, if you're Uniontown batters, I think you got to swing at him as well because the home plate umpires kind of widened up the strike zone at this juncture of the game, and Myers went around there. That's strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom half of the 6th. And Shane Kelly now coming to the plate. Kelly struck out looking back in the 1st, walked in the 4th. Came into the game with a .250 average. Was 0 for 3 yesterday. Lions first pitch here to Kelly. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Pitch was a little low there from Noah. Haven't turned the lights on as of yet, but it is darkening up. Our camera lens probably makes it look a little brighter than it actually is here at Bailey Park. Count now 0-2. Lyon to Kelly. Lyon looking to strike out the side here in the bottom half of the 6th. That pitch a little low. Count now 1-2. And for some of the fans in the stands here, I think they're calling it a day, trying to get home, especially if you have some young kids. Get home before the rain. 1-2 pitch on the way. Just missed, evens up the count now at 2-2. Kind of a swirling wind right now. 2-2 count. Lyon to Kelly. Pitch on the way, and Kelly with a chopper here to short. Hop on it, throw over to first, little one-hopper dug out of the dirt by Vecchiola to retire Kelly 6-3. So he played 6 innings here at Bailey Park, a 7-1 lead for Laurel Highlands over Uniontown here in the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day. Busy day, feeling unwell, don't feel like driving, but need your prescriptions? No worries. Farmana Pharmacy delivers to your home or workplace for free. Stay comfy at home or focused at work. Farmana Pharmacy delivers Monday through Friday, so you don't have to worry about picking up your prescriptions. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Call 724-626-9600 or visit farmanapharmacy.com. Farmana Pharmacy, prescription care and convenience delivered. In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there is something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment. They're putting families first, and they're going to suspend this game, looks like, Carl. So they're going to shut it down here after 6 with the rain coming. So it looks like that's going to be it here today. Laurel Highlands up 7-1. Hope to come back and play the 7th. So we'll sign off for now. If they do resume at any point today, we'll keep you posted. But a 7-1 lead for Laurel Highlands after 7. They're shutting things down here at Bailey Parks. We'll sign off for now here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day.